right, Dakotah here in Boston at Puma's pop-up running event today, but in Boston, not running the marathon and the 5K this week. But how is it to be in town, not having to prepare for the big one?
You know, there is like the sigh of relief knowing like everybody else is going to be in pain tomorrow and I get to sit back and relax, but I have FOMO for sure. I love this marathon. It's such a challenge, and every year it's run differently, so it's fun to be a part of it because it's like a different race every year. So I'm going to be a little sad watching it, but it's nice to have my feet up too.
You made an Olympic team, first time ever. I know there's been probably a lot of press since then. So like coming to Boston this year, how much different is the reception, even regardless of running or not, from past years?
It's completely different. Trying to run around the Charles is nearly impossible. It's it's a lot of fun because training right now isn't super serious. So if I get stopped, it's whatever. But I've never experienced anything like this. I think back to when I ran the New York half a couple years ago. I was running alongside Des and Molly Huddle, and everybody was, "Go Des, go Molly, go Des, go Molly," and I was like, "Guys, I'm here too." And then yesterday in the 5K, I had no business being there. I was getting outran pretty handily, and everybody was still cheering for me, and I thought that was really amazing, like to know that people actually care about what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Does it change how much you care about what you're doing? Does that like impact the way you look at?
I don't think so.
No.
I think no matter what level I was at, I would want to do this to the best of my ability, and it doesn't matter if one person cares about what I'm doing or thousands. I'm going to do the best I can.
It's like I think you've been running marathons since college, right? It's like just this progression each year, and like what do you feel like changed the last year or two to like help you jump up to that next level?
That's a good question. I think you can point towards a ton of things. Like I added more mileage, I was getting better recovery, but at the end of the day, I think it was just the consistency. I wish I could knock on wood, but I'm pretty injury free, so I haven't had to take a lot of time off. And so I've been able to just stack marathon block on top of marathon block for many years, more than I'd like to say.
I was reading the Runner's World story about just background, pretty inspirational and challenging stuff that you went through young. You're a hockey player, goalie. Like there's a lot of kind of that northern toughness and all this. Like how do you look back at everything you've been through, see where you are today, and just kind of connect those dots and see how the work you've done has paid off and got you to where you are? Yeah,
being a goalie, you've got to have like a screw loose, and I think to run a marathon you have to have a screw loose, so I think that connects pretty, similarly. And then, just having a challenging life, I think really puts in perspective pain and toughness, and I think it really has made marathoning easier because at the end of the day, like I've been through way harder things than 26.2 miles, and I think it made me a strong person.
Yeah. What's it been like for the family to just kind of be along for this journey? I think we were sitting with them, a lot of the family with Puma at the trials, and there was a lot of excitement.
Yeah, I think they are just so grateful that everybody else gets to see the hard work I put in because they've watched it so closely for so long. And then my dad, being an only child, he's just, he's kind of obsessed with me, and I'm a daddy's girl through and through. He's actually watched the race every single day since I ran it. He watches it on his way to work. And it's been really fun because he's not somebody who knew anything about running before I joined track in high school. He honestly still sometimes calls 5Ks a marathon. So he doesn't really know what I'm doing, but he's like so happy that I'm doing it.
So he thinks you ran a marathon on Saturday.
Yeah. He'll usually call it a 5K marathon. And I'm like, well.
Well, as you look ahead to Paris, now you said your training's not like full on at the moment. So how are you able to prepare and kind of think ahead to August and get ready?
Yeah, this was kind of like the last week of speed work, I'd say. We're capping it off with the 5K here in Boston, and now we'll look ahead to like get back into the marathon grind, which I'm really looking forward to because that's where I thrive. I love to be at those 130-mile weeks, just exhausted. When I have these lower mileage weeks, I just feel a little bit restless and like I can recover a little too much. So yeah, we're gonna incorporate a lot of hill training. Paris is gonna be a monster of a course, and we're looking forward to it.
Do you like that? Does that play into your strengths better, or how do you feel like you are?
I think I'm not the greatest hill runner, but I do think that this levels the playing field because nobody's gonna run sub 220. I'll be honest, I'd be surprised if people run sub 230. It's gonna be a really hard course, and I think I'm really smart, and I can make the right moves and know what's gonna be too much, or yeah.
Do you get to go out there at all and preview the course, or what's the access you guys will have?
Yeah, so I actually just got back from
Nice.
Paris on Tuesday. We saw the course. I did a 10-mile easy run on like the hilly section, and I was legit sore the next day. It's hilly like I've never seen on a road marathon, which I think is going to be fun. It's going to make an interesting day.
Nice, very cool. Well, where will we see you between now and Paris? Are there any prep races that you have on the calendar?
Yeah, I'll be at the 25K Champs in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then of course I'll be at the Grandma's Half Marathon in Duluth because that's my hometown. I got to be there.
They love you there,
Yeah.
celebrity. Well, appreciate you taking some time to talk with us. It's been fun watching the journey, and we're excited for Paris.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.